Hello, everyone, and welcome to the session, Robust Data Cloud Integration, Protection with MuleSoft. Before getting started, a forward-looking statement that states, Salesforce is a publicly traded company, so make your purchasing decision based on the products that are available today. And coffee is on us, so make sure you fill up the survey form. Let us know how do you feel about the sessions, about Dreamforce overall. And yes, I'm sure you must be wondering, it's just me and where's Ajay? So Ajay is on his way, and meanwhile, I'll be taking it ahead. So I'm Akshita Sawant, developer advocate at Salesforce, focusing on MuleSoft, evangelizing MuleSoft among the developer community. And my co-speaker, Ajay, who's a director solution engineering, and also the man behind the AI part, the AI club as well. Ajay Kumar, he'll be here shortly. But before that, we can get started and we can get rolling until he's here. So, data management has been complex, and I think this is not a news. We all are already aware about it. The data that has been in silo, the data that has been generated over the years with the help of different applications. So it's like tremendous amount of data has actually been generated, and this data has been in silos, and that making us difficult to get it into the system, get it into an integrated system. And this problem has been quite prominent in the IT industry. And that data actually brings in other problems as well, the integrated data around security, around maintenance costs, the integration time, increasing the time to market and costing us a lot. Moving ahead, in this session, we are going to actually focus on how we can bring in MuleSoft and Data Cloud together, how we can use the power of Data Cloud and MuleSoft together to bring us the best, and how do we provide a robust, secure integration to the data that we are bringing in. So with MuleSoft's API, how many of you are already aware about MuleSoft? Have you heard about what MuleSoft does? Anyone? Okay, we have a few, please. So for the one who are not already aware, MuleSoft is traditionally it used to be a middleware integration tool, and that's what we have learned in the past, but that's not the case anymore. It's no longer just a middleware integration tool or API management solution. It's so much more than that. With MuleSoft, you can actually manage the entire API lifecycle. You can design your APIs, you can manage your APIs, you can publish, build your APIs, and everything at one single place. So it is a powerhouse when it comes to API management. With that, you must be also wondering that we already have several data cloud connectors, to connect to different applications. Then why do we need to bring in MuleSoft? What is the purpose of MuleSoft here? So the thing would be, suppose if you have a data that is residing in external systems, which could be a legacy system or something for which you do not have a connector, or basically if you want to orchestrate your data, you want to apply you want to change your data, you want to secure them. So that's the place where you can leverage the capabilities of MuleSoft to bring in the data into your system. So with MuleSoft, we can actually connect data data that resides anywhere. You can connect to anything and everything that is hosted anywhere. You can automate any process with the help of MuleSoft's automation, RPA, bots, and the IDP. You can also bring in the structured and unstructured data with the help of MuleSoft. You can leverage the power of APIs, not just the regular REST APIs, but also the asynchronous APIs. And the most important part that we are going to focus today is this integrations. You can secure your integrations, your APIs, and not necessarily Mule APIs. It could be a non-Mule API as well, and you can secure that with the help of MuleSoft. Moving ahead, MuleSoft actually unlocks the data sources with the help of APIs and SDK, and this actually perfectly fits in the Salesforce 360 cycle. So now we have a data source, the Data Cloud, which is going to be a powerhouse to AI. And to fuel this data source or data cloud, to make it a holistic one, we have the MuleSoft APIs, which we'll be leveraging to bring in the data into the system. And today in this session, I'll be focusing on core key capabilities, security capabilities, how you can secure your integration, how you can secure your API, how you can bring the best out of it. Moving ahead, MuleSoft puts your data into action. So you can see over here as well, we have a database, an order management system. We have different applications that could be residing anywhere. So it is all connected. It is all brought together. And with the help of Data Cloud and MuleSoft, you're actually making an impact. You're making sure that this fits in perfectly in the 360 cycle. And taking it ahead, how exactly is MuleSoft going to enhance the data cloud security, or maybe where does it exactly fits in? So I have been actually hearing a lot about from the data cloud people as well, about the on-premise applications. So we know that data cloud has connectors to bring in the data from external systems. But what if you have a legacy or an on-premise system from where you want to get in the data? So that's not possible, right? But with the help of MuleSoft, you can actually bring in the data from your on-premise system, or no matter where your system resides, through the MuleSoft APIs. And we also have the out-of-the-box Mule connector, which you can take help of. Moving to the next one, you can perform transactional activities. You can leverage the queues. You can leverage the MuleSoft connectors. You can the queuing mechanism to make some transaction changes and relay or you basically make use of queues for your transactional activities. You can make sure you're using the logging monitoring part for your transactional activities that you're getting into the data cloud. The third one, unstructured data. You can actually bring in the unstructured data into data cloud with the help of MuleSoft. And to this, I would actually like to highlight MuleSoft's IDP, which enables you to bring in the structured, unstructured data. So IDP is the newest tool which has been recently released, intelligent document processing, that helps you to scan your document or maybe extract the information from your document and get it into any of the end systems, not just data cloud, but prominently we're talking about data cloud. So you can get in the system, you can get in the information into the data cloud. And last one is activation. But with that, we already have my speaker, Ajay, here, who will be taking it over.
Thanks, Akshata.
No worries.
Yeah, apologies, running late from back to back. So, activation. You heard Akshata speaking about the ingestion stories. Activation is equally important from a MuleSoft perspective, because sometimes you do not just deal with activation within Salesforce ecosystem. There will be activations as in segment insights to external systems. It could be the ERP systems, external Workday systems, or any other systems that lie within your enterprise. And hence, those four become a most important pillars of how MuleSoft and Data Cloud come together. So if you were to dissect this, whatever you've heard so far, this is how MuleSoft and Data Cloud, when looked through the lens of security. First, let's start with ingestion. Data security prior to ingestion, as in data reaching Data Cloud through Data Cloud standard connectors and MuleSoft standard connectors. And then activation, when you have to send data outside through MuleSoft connectors and Data Cloud connectors. This is something that we haven't shown before. So just to make it very simple for you on where Data Cloud's connector add value, this is how you can segment it. And where MuleSoft adds value is the additional white spaces that you see there. And that's exactly what we will see today. When Data Cloud and MuleSoft work together, MuleSoft can help with anonymization and tokenization when bringing data from outside. And then when you're sending data outside from Data Cloud using activation, MuleSoft adds additional value by enforcing policies and securities and governance. So with that, I will hand it over back to Akshata for further session.
So we have now seen how Data Cloud and MuleSoft, they work together and how it brings in the value. So now we'll actually talk about the core capabilities of MuleSoft and where are we bringing in the security aspect. So the first one I would like to highlight is the API governance. We all have heard when it comes to security, it's always security comes usually in the later stage after we're done with the application development, once it is in the maybe in the production stage or in the management stage. And before that, while we're designing, we usually do not take security into consideration, but it should have been the otherwise. So with MuleSoft, with the API governance capabilities that MuleSoft provide, you can govern your APIs, you can start governing your APIs, you can start planning about the API governance right from the design phase while you're designing your APIs. You can apply some rule sets to your API, and you can check for the conformance status, check for your API is following or adhering to your company, and your custom standards or not, or the standards that have been guidelines have been defined by your company, are they adhering to it or not. So for that, we have Anypoint API governance that is going to help you right from the design stage to building stage to governance stage and the maintenance stage. Across all the stages, you can make use of the API governance. The next one would be API gateway. So what exactly, before going into the Mule gateway, Flex gateway, and the other gateways, what exactly do we mean by an API gateway? in a simple layman term, API gateway is more like what I would say. I would refer usually it as a watchman. So someone who's like, just like the way we have a watchman for a premise who's going to check your ID cards before you enter a building. Similarly, API gateway is going to check if you are providing valid credentials or not, if this API endpoint request is authorized, if a person is authorized to request access to the API information. So API gateway is more like a watchman who's going to check if all the credentials, if the person is having a proper access rights and everything. So when you're bringing in crucial information into your data cloud with the help of MuleSoft, you can add this barrier that is called as API gateway. And with MuleSoft, you have two powerful API gateways. You have MuleSoft gateway, and you have the ultra-fast Flex gateway that you can make use of. We'll also see how easy it is to apply a security policy to this API gateway with a quick demo. So let's get into the MuleSoft demo. But before that, I have something additional for you, which is like out of the security box as well. I have a simple Mule application which we have already designed. So this is where we are. This is like the Anypoint Studio, MuleSoft's native IDP, but now we have the latest studio, which is Anypoint Code Builder as well, which you can make use of to connect any systems. So what you're seeing here is a data cloud connector, and if you see, we have several capabilities as well, the bulk inside connector, and how easy it is to like just drag and drop and build a Mule application with the help of Mule connector. So let me also take you to the configurations of one of the connector. Like if you're on the query, basically just an example, like suppose if you want to query some information from data cloud, you can use the query operation. And let me go into the configuration. All you have to do is just drag and drop this connector from the palette, Mule palette, and fill in the consumer key, consumer secret, information, and you're good to go. You're all set with the connector. Once this is done, once you're done with building the application on your Anypoint Studio or Anypoint Code Builder, you can deploy this application to MuleSoft's cloud or any cloud, any on-premise cloud, or no matter where your servers are hosted, you can deploy your Mule application. Once that is done, let us go back to Anypoint platform. So this is the API manager I was talking about. This is one place store for all your API management activities, for all your security stuff. You can manage all your APIs at one place, no matter how many APIs you have. You could be having hundreds of APIs, and when the number of APIs actually increases, managing these APIs get complex, and it becomes more than important to manage all these APIs under one frame, under one umbrella. And with MuleSoft's API Manager, you get all these out-of-the-box capabilities to help you easily manage your APIs, secure your APIs at one place. So let me give you an example. I already have an API, a simple Mule API gateway that I have created. So you could be creating a Mule gateway or a Flex gateway, depending on your purpose. And now that's another topic to dig into, what is a Flex gateway, what is a Mule gateway. But for today, it's super simple, just using a Mule gateway. You can see here there are several options like alerts, contract, policies, so all the governance report. So basically it's providing you all the out-of-the-box features to enhance security to your API for the data that you're going to pass to your data cloud or any end system. So I already have the one that I've shown you, the application. I already have the application that I've hosted on Cloud Hub. So this is the application. Let me trigger the endpoint. Okay, this is giving me some error because, yeah. Okay, yeah. So it is pulling actually the data from the data cloud with the help of query connector that we have just seen. And we have several other operations as well, inserting or maybe deleting. So deleting is something like currently with the help of data cloud, you cannot directly delete a data or record from data cloud, for which you need to make use of MuleSoft or maybe the Mule API if you want to delete a particular record. And that is also done with the help of a simple connector that we have. Moving ahead, with that being said, let me go back to the Anypoint platform on the API manager. So what I have done here is a data cloud integration API that you see. This is actually a Mule API that I've created, a gateway. And now I'm going to apply some security policies to my MuleSoft API, the data cloud API that I have hosted. So let me go into the policies section and click on add policies. So here you see you can have several out of the policies that MuleSoft has provided. But for today, let's go directly into the security section. Over here as well, you can see OAuth, JSON protection, IP whitelist, blocklist, basic authentication, LDAP. So these are some of the standard out-of-the-box policies that MuleSoft is providing you that you can apply to your APIs. And again, let me repeat, no matter where your API is hosted, it could be a Mule or a non-Mule API, and you can still go ahead and apply the security policies. And not just that. If your company or if your organization, they want some custom policies, if you want to make some changes to these standard policies or build a completely new policies for your organization, you can still go ahead and build your own custom policy just with the help of few codes. But let me show you how easy it is to apply these policies to our API. So today, for simplicity, I'm going to select a simple basic authentication policy. Just go ahead, click Next. I will configure the username and the password. I'll go ahead and click Apply. And this is going to take some time to apply the policy to my API. You can also check the status of the policy that has been applied from the Runtime Manager. Let me go ahead into the Runtime Manager, and where we can see all the logs. So Runtime Manager is a place where, like on the Cloud Hub, basically. So where you can manage all your applications. So I have like these several applications. So let me go into the Data Cloud Mule app. And I can see the application status. I can manage my properties. I can see the logs here. So basically, it's a one place top for all your API management requirements. And I guess the policy will be applied in some time. And this is the error from the previous call that we have applied. So yes, I can see that the policy has been applied. Let me go ahead and hit the same request that we have over here, the query request. And it's going to give me an error that HTTP basic authentication policy has been applied, and now you're no longer authorized to use the policy unless and until you do not pass the credentials. So let me go into authorization, basic auth, and I have already entered the username and the password. Let me try this again, and it should work. So this was a simple example of how I have applied a basic authentication policy. But again, you can just go ahead and you can try into the other policies that we have, the security policies basically, basic LDAP, or maybe tokenizations, JWT validation, and how easy it is. Further, you can go ahead and customize this policy. You can build your own custom policy. We also have policy development kit for you to define policy. And not just on the Anypoint platform in the policy part, you can also go ahead and apply some algorithm to your application. You can safeguard your credentials. You can perform encryption using different algorithms to your data that you're passing into the MuleSoft. And when you're passing some crucial information like PII information, if you need help with the data masking for the data that you're passing to the data cloud, you can also do that with help of MuleSoft security capabilities. So this is something like super crucial, super important if you are someone who's planning to bring in the data into data cloud from external system, no matter where they are hosted. It could be your on-premise legacy system, and you want to bring in the data, and you're not sure how to do. Maybe you can just give it a try with MuleSoft. So with this, I'm covering up my demo. But today I'll be sharing up with you a few resources that could be super handy if you're planning to go ahead and integrate with Data Cloud and MuleSoft. Just to give you a recap, we have seen how MuleSoft and Data Cloud, they work together, and how they are two like powerhouses if you want to bring in the data, if you want to perform some amazing integrations, and how distinct they are in like problem-solving category. One is the powerhouse for data, one is the powerhouse for integration, security, and bringing them both together can do wonders. Next, we have also seen the 4 critical areas where Data Cloud and MuleSoft can complement each other. We have also seen the demo and the security capabilities of MuleSoft. Moving ahead, all resources are right here. You can scan this thing, and the app that I've shown you, which involves like all the connectors, about query connector, the insert operation, the delete operation, you have all the resources on the GitHub. You can just integrate it in your systems and get started working on it. Moving ahead, yeah, again, the survey. Let us know how did you find your session. The coffee is on us. I'm sure you must be hearing this a lot. And let us know if you have any questions, and hope you have a safe flight home back. And thank you so much again for joining us. Ajay, is there anything else you want to add up?
No, I think that summarizes pretty much. Thank you.
Great.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.